and welcome to another episode of Humbly Adah, your personalized channel for everything from trending topics and social matters to spirituality and entertainment. I'm your host, Princess Adah, and I am so honored to have you here with me today. First, let me take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude for all your kind words and feedback. Truly, reading your messages and seeing the impact I'm having keeps me inspired and motivated. It's amazing what a little kindness can do, and in today's episode, we're going to dive deep into just that, the extraordinary power of kindness. I've been reflecting a lot on this lately, especially after having an emotionally challenging week. But when I received those heartfelt messages from some of you, it gave my spirit the boost it needed. It got me thinking about how we can all make such a significant difference in each other's lives, with even the smallest acts of kindness. So, if you're ready, let's explore together how a simple smile, a kind word, or a gentle gesture can transform not just our own lives, but the world around us. Grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's get into it. I remember feeling particularly low not too long ago. The kind of low where even getting out of bed feels like a huge task. But then, something amazing happened. I received kind words and uplifting messages from some of you. My dearest listeners, it was like the ray of sunshine my cloudy day was missing. To be honest, these messages didn't just put a smile on my face. They touched my soul and genuinely lifted me out of my funk. I realize just how profound the impact of kindness can be on our emotional well-being. Think about it. When someone offers you a genuine smile or a kind word, it has this magical ability to make your day a little brighter. It's like a ripple effect. One act of kindness can create waves of positivity that spread far beyond the initial gesture. This is why I want to challenge each of you to at least once this week perform an act of kindness. And don't just limit yourself to friends and family. Reach out to strangers as well. Smile at someone in passing, hold the door open for someone, or even just offer a simple hello. You never know what battles people might be fighting, and your act of kindness could make the difference between a breakdown and a breakthrough. By spreading some kindness, we can make our everyday interactions shine a little brighter. I'm not asking you to do anything I myself am not willing to do. In today's fast-paced world of AI and social media, we've become more connected online and yet increasingly detached in real life. It's ironic, right? With just a click, you can communicate with someone halfway across the globe, but how many of us take the time to genuinely connect with the person standing right next to us? What's even more troubling is the prevalence of negativity that exists in these online spaces. It seems like for every heartfelt comment, there are 10 snarky, rude, or downright mean ones. We've become so desensitized to this online negativity that it's starting to spill over into our real-world interactions. When did we decide that it's okay to be unkind just because we're behind a screen? And how did we let that mindset permeate our daily lives? This brings to mind a verse from the Bible, Proverbs 15, which says, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." It's profound if you think about it. In real life, as online, our words hold immense power. We can either choose to escalate a situation with harsh words or diffuse it by responding kindly. Why, then, do we so often choose the former? It's almost become the norm to wake up and choose violence, as the saying goes. But imagine the impact we could have if we chose kindness instead. A kind word doesn't just turn away wrath, it creates an atmosphere where understanding and empathy can flourish. So, let's translate this online behavior into our real-world interactions. The next time you're tempted to snap at someone, Recall Proverbs 15 and see what happens when you offer a soft answer instead. You might be surprised at how much brighter the world can be when we choose kindness over cruelty. Permit me to share some biblical insights I have come across in my studies. Now, I'm not trying to preach or proselytize here. I just want to share some wisdom that has personally resonated with me, and I believe this wisdom can offer guidance to anyone, regardless of your beliefs. Let's start with 2 Timothy 3. This passage talks about perilous times, when people will become lovers of themselves and lack natural affection. When you think about it, isn't that a perfect description of our modern world? Self-centeredness and a disregard for others' emotions seem to be increasingly prevalent. Yet, it's also a reminder that these are not new issues. They have been part of the human experience for centuries. Then there's Matthew 24:12, which says, "The love of many shall wax cold." This verse articulates the growing callousness we see around us. Think about how people often hurry past each other without so much as a nod or a smile. It's as though simple gestures of human connection have become relics of the past. Historically, kindness was a more commonplace virtue. It was customary to greet people with a smile or a hello, even if you didn't know them. Nowadays, such acts are rare, and sometimes even viewed with suspicion. How did we get here? Some might say it's the influence of technology and social media, creating a barrier that diminishes our real-world interactions. Others may say that the increasing stresses and hectic pace of today's society is a factor. Whatever the reason, it's clear that the warmth of human kindness has, in many ways, grown cold. So, how do we reconcile these scriptural insights with our contemporary lives? The answer lies in being intentional about our actions. We must strive to rekindle the warmth of genuine human connection, even if it feels like fighting to swim upstream. Simple acts of kindness, inspired by timeless wisdom, can bridge the gap between past and present, making our world a little bit brighter every day. Now stay with me. I haven't landed this plane just yet. I'd like to take a moment and speak on the cultural shift away from kindness and how we've ended up in this calloused state. Have you ever noticed how some popular idioms today carry a certain negativity? Take the phrase, keeping it real, for example. While it sounds like advocating for authenticity, more often than not, it's used to justify rudeness or bluntness. People think being real means not sugarcoating anything, even if it means hurting someone else's feelings. This mindset can lead to unnecessary conflicts and misunderstandings. And don't act like you haven't heard this one. I match energy. Now you may say, what's wrong with that? Well, what happens when the energy you're matching is negative? Suppose someone is rude or dismissive towards you and you respond in kind. All this does is escalate negativity, creating a vicious cycle of unkindness. You're essentially allowing someone else's bad mood or poor behavior to dictate your actions. Is that really how we want to live? Constantly reacting rather than proactively being the change we wish to see? This is when we must embrace the concept of healing with kindness. Instead of matching someone's bad energy, what if we responded with the positive energy of kindness? Rather than escalating a negative situation, we can diffuse it. Imagine if more people adopted this mindset. Not only could it turn a bad day around for someone, but it could also inspire positivity in unexpected places. So, the next time you're tempted to match energy that doesn't serve you or others, pause and consider the power of kindness. As we navigate through life, it's essential to remember that our actions and words have the power to heal or harm. Let's choose healing. Let's choose kindness. Let's explore a concept that I like to call an emotionally Botoxed society. It's a term I came up with to describe how we, as a community, seem to have paralyzed our ability to show kindness, much like Botox paralyzes facial muscles to prevent wrinkles. When we walk down the street, it often feels like everyone's face is frozen in either stern seriousness or outright anger. It's as if showing any sort of emotion, especially kindness, has become a rare occurrence. We've trained our faces and our hearts to avoid these little gestures of humanity, and it's taking a toll on us. I have seen a cashier in a restaurant get berated simply for not removing an item from a sandwich. And just by me saying, on kind phrase, I hope the rest of your day is amazingly wonderful, it put a smile of relief on her face and lifted her mood. She went on to explain that her mind was a bit frazzled because of her daycare issues. When I left, she was still smiling. So you see, that's the power of individual acts kindness. They are not just fleeting moments. They can have long-lasting effects. You never know what someone else is going through. Your simple gesture, a smile, a nod, a kind word, could be the difference between someone feeling isolated and connecting with another human being. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. The ripples spread far and wide. So as we move through our daily lives, let's try to break free from this emotional Botox. Let's unfroze those kind expressions and wear our hearts a bit more openly. The world can seem a harsh place, but perhaps all it needs is a little kindness from each of us to make it a bit softer, a bit warmer, and a whole lot more human. Now, let me take you back in time to something many of us are familiar with, the Grinch story. We all know the narrative, how a grouchy, bitter creature named the Grinch detested the joy and warmth of Christmas in Whoville. He thought he could snuff out their happiness by stealing all their presents, decorations, and food. But what happened instead? It was the kindness and unbroken spirit of the Whoville residents that transformed the Grinch. Despite losing all their material belongings, the Whos gathered together to sing and celebrate with joy in their hearts. Their genuine kindness and community spirit were enough to grow the Grinch's icy heart. They even welcomed him to dinner after all the trouble he'd caused. I know it's just a story, but it is a great example of kindness. This brings me to an important point, the significance of genuine kindness over spiteful kindness. We've heard the phrase, kill them with kindness, but I think we need to reframe that. Killing someone with kindness might work to irritate, but is that truly the goal? Imagine if the Whos had sung their joyous songs to spite the Grinch. It might have made him even more bitter. Instead, their genuine warmth and community spirit were what changed him. It's crucial to show real kindness, not just as a weapon to disarm or annoy, but as a heartfelt gesture that can truly make a difference. And let's get real for a moment. We've all had our Grinch moments. You know those times when life feels so complicated and overwhelming that it's hard to muster even a smile. Maybe it was an extremely stressful work week or personal issues piling up. Whatever the reason, we've all experienced times when we felt like withdrawing from everyone and everything. I remember a time I was going through a particularly tough patch. I felt like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. A simple, kind gesture from a stranger, a smile, a have a great day, even a few encouraging words, brought a glimmer of light into my dark days. That small act of kindness didn't just end at me, it radiated outward. It made me want to pass on that positive energy to others. So why not reflect on your own Grinch moments and think about how kindness might have made a difference? Better yet, let's be the change we want to experience. Let's try to be that beacon of kindness for others. Maybe, just maybe, your small act of kindness could be the very thing that transforms someone's day or even their life. It really is a ripple effect, starting with one simple, genuine act. Well, you have listened this long. Might as well stay and hear the conclusion. So, my wonderful listeners, you've heard my story, you've heard the wisdom, and now it's time to take action. I'm challenging each of you to go out and spread some kindness this week. And I'm not just talking about being kind to folks you know, although that's important too, but really push yourself to extend kindness to strangers, to people you might never interact with otherwise. Think about the last time someone did something unexpectedly kind for you. Remember how it felt? That's the feeling we want to create in other people's lives. Whether it's offering a sincere hello, holding the door open for someone, or simply giving a warm smile, these small gestures can make a massive difference in someone's day. I get it. Sometimes it's hard to be kind when the world doesn't always reciprocate. Maybe you've extended kindness before and felt it wasn't appreciated or returned. But here's the thing, kindness isn't a transaction, it's a gift. And gifts are best given freely without expecting anything in return. Think of it this way, just because the seeds you plant don't immediately bear fruit doesn't mean they won't eventually grow. Your acts of kindness are like seeds, and even if you don't see the immediate impact, they can grow into something beautiful over time. The person you smiled at today might go on to share that smile with someone else. The kindness you showed could inspire others to be kinder in their interactions. It's a ripple effect that can extend far beyond anything you can envision. Imagine a world where each of us takes just a little bit of time to be kind. Think of how much brighter, how much more caring, and how much more connected our communities could be. It's not an overnight change, but it's a powerful start. All it takes is one act of kindness to ignite the flame. So, this week, let's make it a point to spread some kindness, whether it's big or small. Let's do it not because we are expecting something in return, but simply because it's the right thing to do. Remember, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Accept this challenge, my friends. Go out into the world and be a shining light of kindness. Let's make our communities better, one kind act at a time. And as always, I would love to hear your experiences and stories about the impact of kindness, so feel free to share them with me. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Humbly Adah. It's been a joy discussing the transformative power of kindness with you. I hope you're inspired to take up the challenge and spread some positivity this week. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow me on social media. You can find me on Facebook at Princess Adah Tech or Humbly Adah Media Productions, on TikTok at Princess Adah 16, and on my YouTube channels, Humbly Adah and Humbly Princess Adah Tech 1611. Your support and interaction mean the world to me, and I look forward to reading your comments and feedback. Once again, thank you for your kindness, encouragement, and for being such an amazing community. Let's continue to spread joy, love, and kindness wherever we go. Until next time, this is Princess Adah Tekiya saying see ya next time. Have a wonderful week, filled with smiles, kindness, and joy. Please share and come back next week for a new episode.